Hello, it's episode 11 of the daily vlog. I've those things pile up when you do them every day, just like about everything. Um, Consistency equals volume, I guess. So today's a Thursday here when I'm filming this. You may be watching it on a different day, but Thursdays my friend Chris comes over and helps me with my eBay stuff. He usually puts everything up and mails them out and gets them all sorted for me, which usually involves him sitting back there at the computer pulling up a really awful 70s or 80s horror movie on YouTube, which a lot of them are actually pretty funny. Some of them are kind of soul crushing. So when that happens, I'm usually over here at the desk working on G.I. Joe and commissions and actual physical real world things and not digital art. Speaking of digital, so I've been on my Twitter account, I've been going and so I'll go on Pinterest and I'll kind of collect like tutorials and things that interest me and that I think might be helpful for somebody, and basically kind of curate them. And on Twitter I'll go through and throughout the day and I'll schedule things. Hey, I think this is cool, and I'll send it out. And so there's a guy named Norman LeMay who at their website with him and his wife, is it Grizz and Norm, Griz and Norm I think it's .squarespace.com. Yeah, I'll put a link in the description. But they've got a thing called 100 Tuesday Tips that I've only just become aware of. I've seen some of their stuff floating around, but I think they did they've kind of compiled these short little drawing. They're just graphics, right? Little square graphics that are easily shareable. And they're really good. And apparently they've compiled them into a book you can buy. And I just found out about that. So I think I'm gonna spring for that. And you should too, because they're really good stuff. I want to say they're animators. I'm only just becoming aware of who they are. So go to their website and find out for yourself. But I found one of those, and I've shared some of them before, and just kind of for the last several weeks, having been consistent with, or month, or I don't know how long I've been doing it, sharing stuff just on Twitter like that. It's interesting to see what kind of gains traction. I shared one day before yesterday or Monday. I think it was Monday or Tuesday. It was just a simple hand tutorial, and it wasn't even like anything in depth. It was just some things to keep in mind. And for some reason, that one caught on Twitter, and before I know it, I've got like, your post has 6,000 likes and 4,000 shares, and like 150 to 200 more people are following you. And I don't know. I mean, I credited where it came from, so I had no reason for them to think I came up with it. But it's just interesting to me to see what catches on. And apparently, a lot of people have trouble drawing hands. I mean, obviously, I still do. But you know, it's fascinating because just as an experiment, I got another one of those and kind of one of their Tuesday tip things that they've shared, and just retweeted it out, and it got like 1 like. So it's like, you know, that mystery component where I'm just fascinated about how things catch on. Like who was the one person that put it over the tipping point for, I don't know. If you could tap into that, you'd probably be a millionaire. But it was just kind of a little interesting blip on my social media life there, and I was like, well, it's the most shared thing. When The Force Awakens, The Force Awakens came out, a friend of mine suggested I do a shot or drawing for one of my warm-ups of Luke carrying Rey on her back like he carried Yoda. And I did that and I posted it, and it, people liked whatever. Well, then that, of course, that's not it's a pretty go-to kind of concept once you've seen the movie. And so a few weeks after that, other people started doing it too. So, and then the picture like a month and a half later came out of Mark Hamill, the picture of him with the actress that played Rey. And so I sent that to Mark Hamill's account, and he retweeted it. And then that kind of went, of course, that got retweeted a lot. but not as much as the hand tutorial, because people want to know how to draw hands. I guess more they want to see Luke Skywalker carrying Rey on his back. But in absence of like a celebrity tweeting something, you know, what I don't know, it's weird. I don't really have any. I think it's a mistake to kind of look for those things. I think you need to be consistent in providing good things to your small group of people that like your work, and the potential people that would like your work or like the things that you share. And if those things happen, they happen. If they don't, they don't. But anyway, that was kind of it's just weird going into your Twitter account and seeing so many messages. And one of the things that was like, I couldn't imagine having so many followers that was what checking your social media is always like. That'd be kind of annoying, I think. I mean, something happened. I can't remember. A friend of mine. It might have been when a friend of mine passed away a few years ago. But I just remember going into Facebook and there being so many notifications that after a while you're just like, could people stop? I'm not. Could social media just calm down for a little bit? But anyway, so yeah, you know, it's just what I'm thinking about this week. I still figuring things out, but I know what I want to do as far as social media, and just kind of being consistent and sharing things that are helpful, and hopefully doing this little video here helps me work it out as I talk things through with you. And if there's anything that any questions or anything that my modest experience in comics could help you with, send me a message. I'll answer some questions. Now, I'm going to get to work and try to get some stuff done on the computer before Chris comes and commandeers it and looks up some really horrible movie that I'll spend the rest of my afternoon watching, or listening to behind me. All right, so go do some work. That's what I'm going to do.